Hi, everybody. Hey, my name is Janet Riley, and I'm here bouncing on my ball again. And because I'm looking at the beautiful Juanita Jay Sinclair, who has kindly agreed to come on to do this really quick video before we have our webinar and conversation next week, looking at the essence of business. Now, it's been really interesting. Juanita and I have known each other probably 18 months, almost 2 years now. But it feels like a lot longer in a good way.
Is that a good thing? Is that a good thing, Janet?
It's a good thing. And what I have observed and witnessed speaking with Juanita, working with Juanita, is how Juanita's work has changed as her understanding and clarity of these principles has evolved, particularly over the last 6 to 8 months. And so I thought she would be the most perfect person to come here and talk about the essence of business. So Juanita, I just want to ask you, and it's a question I ask everybody, but I'll probably ask it in different ways. What does that mean to you, like living the principles and how it turns up in your business?
I think it's meant different things as my understanding has grown and deepened with these principles. And for when I first came across these principles, I guess I saw these principles as a way to do things more effortlessly without so much stress and striving and anxiety. I was always an ambitious child and an ambitious individual. And I really thought the way to get things was to push, was to strive, no pain, no gain. And the principles, when I initially came across them, I remember hearing Jamie talk at a business expo. I wasn't even looking for that. I was a personal development junkie and I'd seen the book around and I'd heard him talk, and I can't remember what he said. But I remember the stillness and the peace that came over me, or that I did, not even over me, in me. I saw something for the very first time. And I always say I forgot how to walk and remembered how to float. I left there and I went up to Jamie and I said, so all I need to do is be myself. That there was nothing to get to, that it wasn't my success or accolade or awards. It was actually me, and me showing up somehow transformed into products and services that could help other people. So when I first came across these principles, it was very much about me and how I wasn't going to be stressed anymore, and how I could use these principles to have a bigger impact and bigger output and do more things, and at the same time, while I was amazingly successful, so people would pick up this understanding as well. The more I have hung out with me, with who I really am, and loved everything, the imperfections, the person, the me that thinks there's somewhere to get to and something to prove, the more I've been able to hang out with that girl, that woman, I've started to see it so much differently and realize that at the base of everything, whether you're selling lollipops, coffee, or products and services or coaching, it's all love. It's another expression of ourselves in the world of form. And I got to see how I thought that I was aspects of my business. So I thought I was my 10K clients at the time. I thought I was the success when I got notification about a TED talk. I thought I was the book I was writing that I now realize I have to rewrite all over again, because I've seen something so differently. And even that, knowing that isn't coming from a place of wanting everyone to like it, but wanting to show up as much as I can as who I truly am, because I know that in the being of me, somehow other people, almost like a mirror, get to see the being of themselves. And that I am not actually giving anybody anything. I'm just pointing home by being who I am. So I guess the way I've seen these principles, I don't know if I answered the question, but I now see them as love. And the exchange, whether that be money, a conversation, connection, to me all looks like a love economy versus a transactional economy. So I used to get into it if I want to help people because I was getting something from that. Like I felt like I was a good person. I felt like I'd turned my life around, being a teen mom and having quite a colorful life from society standards. So my business was very much a redemption tool for me to prove that I was a good person, to prove that I was capable of all the things people didn't tell me to do. And don't get me wrong, I had epic success. There was a point where I was having 30K months, and now in the transition of me seeing this more deeply, I haven't got those 30K months anymore, and it's starting again. But loving the journey and loving the evolution, evolution doesn't seem like the right word, but the falling away of everything I'm not. So whereas before it was me pushing to get something, to be something, to become, now I'm just being. No more becoming. And there's being, and I'm seeing doors open in my business that I couldn't have strategized in a million years. So how the principles play out in business, they play out the same way to me as I see as they do in our lives, in our relationships, understanding where our experience is coming from and how we are amazing, epic, creative beings. And if we make it a hard story, then just like that, like ping, magic, just like that, it's hard. And when we realize that all we need to do is be who we are, all of a sudden things start falling into place that you couldn't even have conjured up if you were the hottest marketing strategist. So how the principles play in business for me is love. And it's how I've changed the direction of my work. It's changed everything, including how much money I get every month at the moment. And again, learning that isn't where I am. I'm not locked in my bank account. I'm not locked in my products or services. I've really got to see that the entrepreneur, the label I've given myself, isn't who I am, but a further expression of who I am in this world, in this, I call it the lovable, called Earth. And it's an expression of who I am on this earth. And when I come from that place, the world and my business, everything seems so much easier and happier and juicy.
Yeah, you heard it here, folks.
Juicy.
Yeah.
Juicy. Juicy is a business term, and I'm claiming it, and I made it up, and I don't care.
So, Juanita, thank you so much. And if you want to hear more juicy, you need to be with us on Wednesday the 3rd. I will put a Zoom link attached to this video somewhere, and I really look forward. I hope you can join us in this, what will be a very playful conversation, but also looking at what truly is at the heart and the essence of business. So thank you, Annie.
Thank you, Jenny. Look forward to it. Bye.